everybody, it's Emily at Arc Schooling, and today I'm going to give you my Christmas book haul. I got a couple books for Christmas. I bought my kids a lot of books for Christmas. I'm not going to haul everything because if you follow me on Instagram, you saw my tower o' books. It was like probably up to my, yeah, about up to here. So anyway, I'm gonna show you the books that I got, that I bought my husband, and a couple of the ones I got my kids just because I feel like showing you. So I'm going to start with the books I got for me. I got personally 5 books for Christmas, and I'm really excited about all of them. The first one I want to show you is Paperbacks from Hell, The Twisted History of 70s and 80s Horror Fiction by Grady Hendrix. This book is super cool. It has amazing pictures of 70s and 80s horror fiction. I love those old cheesy book covers. They just make me happy. They're so ridiculous. And so I'm really stupidly excited to read through this, and I now own 2 of Grady Hendrix's books. I'm hoping to read them both this year. He also got me Sleeping Beauties by Stephen and Owen King. I almost pre-ordered it, but I didn't. And then I kept almost buying it, and I kept not getting it. I don't know why. I probably, because it's huge, and I know I'm not going to get to it right away. So I just kept putting it off, and so he got it for me for Christmas, and I don't know when I'm going to pick this up. It's a really big book. I have a lot of books I need to read first, but I am extremely intrigued by this book. It's basically a retelling of Sleeping Beauty, I think, but it's sort of a weird futuristic sci-fi type vibe to it. I'm not exactly sure, and I don't really want to know too much, but I think it's definitely got my interest because it's Stephen King, and he's writing with Owen King, and I didn't know Owen King was also a writer, so now I feel like I need to go and seek out some of that. But yeah, I'm really excited about this. Another Stephen King book he got me is this one, Gwendy's Button Box, and this is a novella he wrote with Richard Chismar. And I really only recently even heard about this book, but it sounds really interesting. Again, I don't know a lot. It's like a coming of age, but weird, and there's a weird guy involved, and honestly, that's pretty much what I know. I'm still excited, though. It takes place in Castle Rock, which I love. Everything to do with Castle Rock. So I think this is going to be fun. It's short, which I highly appreciate because, you know, I'll be able to read it pretty quickly. So I'm probably going to pick this up really soon. The other 2 books he got me are both for Buffy the Vampire Slayer. You guys have already seen me talk about this one. I almost bought this, or I was planning on buying this when we went to the Merrimack Valley Halloween Book Festival. This was like on my list of I need to get while we're there. And when I told my husband when we got there that I was going to go grab this, he was like, don't buy it. I already did. So I didn't get to get it signed by Christopher Golden, but that's okay because I still have it, and it's amazing. This book is super fun. I already flipped through it. It's basically like favorite episodes per season. For each season there's like the 3 or 4 highlighted episodes. It's got interviews with the cast and the writers, and oh my god, I am just so stoked to have this. You guys know Buffy the Vampire Slayer is like my all-time favorite television show. I adore it. I love it so much. I'm very happy to have this. And he also got me Willow's Grimoire, which doesn't have a title on the cover. That just bugs me. But it's the official Buffy the Vampire Slayer grimoire. And basically what this is, it's really cute. This is Willow keeping a journal of her magic power, of her learning about magic and her abilities, and it's got stuff about the different tools you can have around the house without people knowing what you're doing, basically. It's got spells in here that she did, so basically it's all of her spells. So like beginner spells, like levitating a pencil and that kind of thing, to restoring a soul, to, you know, giving power to all of the potentials. So it's basically her journey through magic, and I think this is pretty darn cool. It's written like a journal. So there's like lots of notes in here that Willow would have written. It's got little sidebars and things with like Buffy cracking jokes and punning and all of that. So it's super cool. I'm very excited. So those are the books that I personally received for Christmas. I bought my husband 2 books. I know he is not a reader, but I try. I always get him something that's bookish of some sort. Every year I buy him a book, and I just kind of hope that it's something that gets him interested. So the first book I got him is Marvel's Dracula. My husband is obsessed with vampires and specifically Dracula. He was binging all kinds of like really old vampire Dracula movies this year. He's been collecting. He actually bought himself, I think, 2 books this year about Dracula. He's actually read, I believe, the original Dracula and the sequel that came out a couple of years ago. He read that. So he does read, he just doesn't really enjoy picking up books. So I bought him this for his collection. It's a comic book format version of Dracula. I have no idea if this like follows the story of Dracula by Bram Stoker or if it's their own personal take on Dracula. I don't know. But I thought, hey, he might want this in his collection. He is very into genealogy. He's been creating our family tree for the last like several years. It's just a side hobby he really enjoys. So when I saw this book, I was like, he needs it. I pre-ordered it. It's All Relative Adventures Up and Down the World's Family Tree by A.J. Jacobs. I really like A.J. Jacobs' writing. He's just super funny. He's just insightful, but also really witty. And I've read 2 of his other books. I've read The Year of Living Biblically and The Know-It-All. In The Know-It-All, he reads the entire Encyclopedia Britannica. I think he has a few other books I haven't gotten to yet, but I'm probably going to pick this one up too soon. I'll probably read it before my husband will, although I was telling him that if he won't pick it up on his own, that I'm going to start just reading it out loud, and, you know, that's what I do, right? If I can't get someone to pick up a book, I'll just read it to them. This next book I bought my son, but we both want to read it, so I don't know how this is going to work out. I don't think we're going to have time to do it as a read aloud, but I told him he needs to read it. He loved The Martian. It was one of the first books he read on his own that he really, really, really liked, which was like, oh my god, that's amazing. So I bought him Artemis. I'm hoping he enjoys this. It's basically a moon heist. It's a heist on the moon. So how cool is that? I don't know. It sounds awesome. And I'm hoping it's good. We both really enjoyed The Martian, so I have high hopes for this. And for my youngest, I bought her 2 books. The first one I bought her is The Drawing Lesson, a graphic novel that teaches you how to draw by Mark Crilly. I was so excited when I heard about this book. I think I heard about it from Maria at Read, Create, Repeat Homeschool, and she said she got it for one of her kids, and I was like, I have not heard of this book. But we love Mark Crilly's other books. My son, who is an artist, he has several of Mark Crilly's books, and I didn't know about this one. So I immediately purchased it, because my 8-year-old loves to draw, and she talks about how she wants to draw books someday. So I thought this would be a really fun thing for her and her brother to do together. Basically, it's written like a story. It's written like a graphic novel story about a little boy who starts taking art lessons from a woman he meets in the park who's drawing. And each chapter is set up like a lesson. So you read about the boy learning this art technique, and then at the end of each chapter it gives you a little prompt for something to do to practice that technique. I think that's amazing. So I'm really excited about this. I hope that they both enjoy it and that they both learn something from it. The book I got her, my 8-year-old is obsessed with Minecraft. She loves it. She talks about it all the time. So I thought she might enjoy Minecraft the Island. It's by Max Brooks, who I read World War Z a couple of years ago. That's the other book my husband actually read. He read that book, and so when I saw Max Brooks wrote about Minecraft, I was like, okay, insta-buy, basically. And actually, I'm skeptical about books like this, where it's a book about a TV show or a video game or something. They're usually not very well written, but I am hearing very good things about this book, and it's Max Brooks, so I kind of trust his writing to not be crappy. So I'm hoping that this is going to probably do it as a read aloud, because her independent reading isn't quite ready for this kind of book yet. So I'm thinking this will probably be a read aloud that we do, and I hope that she enjoys it. And not a book, but a book candle. My husband got me this. It's from Nola and Neighbors. It's a soy candle, and it's called Bibliothèque. And it says on here it's cedarwood and patchouli, and I have to say that I was gonna like, you want to smell? Yeah. I have to say it does smell like an old library. When I was a kid, our synagogue has a library, and it's just the oldest, mustiest little library, and I loved it so much. I would spend hours in there all the time smelling the books and picking up the oldest books I can find, and it smells like this. It smells like happiness, basically. So I have to say this is one of my favorite gifts I got this year. And here, I'm just going to put this up so you guys can see it. I've been wanting a book candle for forever, and now I have one, and I'm probably going to burn the crap out of it because I want to smell my house. I want my house to smell like that, basically. I want to live in an old library, so I'm very excited about this. So these are the books that I'm hauling from Christmas. Yeah, I'm pretty psyched about what we got. I cannot wait to dig in. I'm probably going to have another book haul soon though too, because I bought a few other books that aren't here yet for myself, and I'm probably going to want to talk about them. So I'll probably do a December book haul outside of the Christmas stuff. I figured I'd break it into 2 book hauls because otherwise, let's be honest, it would get ridiculous. I would love to hear about what you guys received for Christmas this year. Did you get any awesome books that you're excited about? Let me know down below in the comments, and we can chat. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Happy reading. Bye!